Alrighty guys, what is going up? Welcome back to another episode. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how you guys can invest in tech stocks with less than $200. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you get anything in value, hit that like button and subscribe. If you guys want to learn more about investing in the stock market, go ahead and check out my course, and you guys can use promo code dividends to get 50% off. So at least check it out. It's definitely worth it, and it'll be the first link down below. So now guys, let's jump into it. Tech stocks, here we come. Roll that intro, let's go. Bam. So now when investing in tech, a lot of people think you need hundreds of thousands of dollars because most of the shares are very expensive. If you look at Google is trading over $1,000 per share. If you look at Amazon is trading over $3,000 for a single share. So for a beginner investor, you may have that mindset stating, okay, I need to have $4,000 just to invest in tech. But that's not the case. There's a couple things you guys can do to get the growth of all these stocks, but definitely still invest not that much money. So the very first thing I would do if I wanted to invest in a lot of these tech stocks is to open up a broker that offers fraction shares. The reason why is because you do not have to put up the full share amount. You can buy literally just a fraction of it. And most of the time you just have to have a minimum deposit of $1. So you can invest in Amazon with a single dollar. This is fantastic because if Amazon goes up 10%, you still go up 10% because you have that percentage. But overall, fraction shares are a great way for beginners to invest because you don't need all that money all up front. There's a couple of brokers that I would recommend. The very first one is M1 Finance. M1 Finance is fantastic because you just have to have a minimum deposit of $100, and then you can invest into any company out there for as little as $1. So it's very convenient, and it really focuses on my strategy called dollar cost averaging because it offers pie investing. So if let's just say you have that dollar, you can diversify it into any stocks that you guys want. Look at this example right here so you guys understand it more. Now the second broker that I would recommend is the one and only Robinhood. Robinhood is fantastic for beginners who are just getting started with investing. The downside of Robinhood is there is only one account, and that is the standard broker's account. If you compare that to M1 Finance has IRAs, Roth IRAs, traditional broker's account, 401ks, trust, and many others. So Robinhood is definitely designed for beginners who are just getting started. But you can still use fraction shares for your investing, which is great for beginners. So now the second thing that I would do if I wanted to invest in a lot of these awesome tech stocks is I would use ETFs. ETFs are also known as an exchange traded fund. The reason why these are fantastic is one, they are a lower risk than an individual stock. So that's fantastic because you're going to be diversified in some of these ETFs over 500 holdings, which is fantastic. Now the second thing I love about them is you can get an awesome deal because you're not going out and spending money on each of these stocks in the ETF. And most of these ETFs will offer dividends so you guys can start compounding your money. So now let's actually look at an ETF that's under 200 bucks and has a lot of awesome holdings in it. The ticker is ticker symbol XLK. This is a fantastic ETF. The reason why is because the top 3 holdings are awesome tech stocks. So the very first one is Apple, the second one is Microsoft, and the third one is NVDA. And if you wanted to buy each of these stocks, you're looking at over about $800 in stock. And that's very expensive. But the thing about this is $135, which is fantastic. And this ETF is really focused on growth and dividends because a lot of these companies in it are going to be paying dividends, which is awesome. So the biggest thing is don't be scared to invest in ETFs because they're fantastic. They're a lower risk investment compared to individual stocks. And if you want to invest in individual stocks, don't worry, there's still awesome stocks out there under $200. Let's look at the top 3 I would recommend. So the very first stock that I would recommend for every investor to own is ticker symbol AAPL. Yes, that is the one and only Apple. Apple is by far one of the most popular and most sought after stocks out there. It has a market cap over $2 trillion, which is more than the GDP of Canada, Mexico, and a lot of the other foreign countries, which is crazy because this is a single company in the United States. I think Apple definitely carries a lot of long and short-term potential, not to mention it does pay a dividend of under 1%, so yes, you can start compounding your money, which is fantastic. So now the second stock that I would recommend is GoDaddy. Now the reason why I love GoDaddy is because I think that we are getting more and more dependent on web hosting, because that's what GoDaddy really focuses on. Not to mention on their last earnings, they had a 12% growth in revenue, which is fantastic, and I do think we're gonna get more and more dependable on companies like this, and I still think it has a ton of long-term potential. And here's the thing, the stock price for this is $85, so you can't go wrong with it. Now the third stock that I think every investor must own is AMD. AMD sells computer parts from graphics cards to hardware and a lot of the other very, very popular stuff among gamers, which is fantastic because that sector is growing too. And I really think that we're getting more and more dependent on companies like AMD because they make computer parts, and we're getting more dependent on computers. So I definitely think AMD carries a ton of long-term potential, and they blew their last earnings out of the water, which is making this stock go up even more. It's around $94 a share, and I definitely think within the next couple of years we could be looking at a stock value of around $200 per share for AMD. So I think that all these stocks, guys, definitely carry a lot of long and short-term potential, but overall this is how you guys can invest in the stock market in a lot of these awesome tech stocks for a low cost of under $200. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you got anything in value, hit that like button and subscribe. If you guys want to learn more about investing in the stock market, go ahead and check out my course, and you guys can sign up with M1 Finance and now get $30 to invest. And so you guys could sign up with M1 Finance, get $30 to invest in tech stocks. So at least check it out. It'll be the second link down below. So remember to stay happy, stay positive, and stay safe out there. Have a good one, guys.